Mariners lose 5-1. They fall to 84-72 on the season. They lose the first of the 3-game series against the Astros. They fall a game and a half back of the Astros. They fall 4 games back of the AL West, with the Rangers also winning. Let's go over the scoring plays. Mauricio Dubon singles home Jose Abreu. Martin Maldonado doubles home Dubon. And Jose Altuve singles home Maldonado. All of that in the second inning. Third inning, Yordan Alvarez just smokes a home run. They say it went 439 feet. It looked like it went at least 4 digits. 4-0. Kyle Tucker also shellacks a home run in the 6th off Castillo. 5-0. The Mariners get a congratulations, we didn't get shut out sacrifice fly from Julio Rodriguez to make it 5-1, but that's it. Before we get into the negatives, before we get into the positives, let's thank Simply Seattle. Simply Seattle has the very best in Seattle sports gear. Mariner stuff, Kraken stuff, Seahawks stuff, Sonic stuff, Husky stuff, Cougar stuff, Storm stuff, Sounder stuff. Anything you're looking for Seattle sports related, you can find at Simply Seattle. Whether you're looking for hats, jackets, jerseys, anything, you can find it. T-shirts, of course, you can find it at simplyseattle.com. And once you find all that good stuff, and you will find that good stuff, I promise you, use code MOLLYWOP15 to save 15% off of your order. Really appreciate your support. Really appreciate them sponsoring the show. Simply Seattle, you guys are the best. All right, let's talk about some positives. Bullpen was good today. Trent Thornton did a nice job in his inning. Saucedo and Leon hold the Astros scoreless. They give them at least a little bit of a chance to get back into this thing. You know, it keeps the blowout from not happening, and you hope that one magical inning can get you back into this thing. Pretty obvious that didn't happen, but yeah, that's a positive. And a nice day from Josh Rojas, 2 for 3. End of positives. So let's start with Luis Castillo, right? And if you watch this game and if you didn't see the second inning, you would come away pretty impressed, I think. But you can't do that. You can't take away the second inning. And he gave up a lot of hard contact in that second inning, some in the third inning as well. You know, he had good velocity today. The command of that pitch was bad. And just way too much hard contact. It was a disappointing start from somebody that you have grown to expect to have not these starts. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter talking about he's just not consistent enough. You're not paying attention, or you're choosing to remember something that's not there. I'm sorry. That's the case here. Without Luis Castillo, the Mariners are not even close to this. Doesn't make this start not a disappointment. Don't get me wrong. Because, 5 runs of 6-inning baseball from your ace isn't good enough, especially against a team that's not playing very well right now. Are the Astros talented? Of course they are. But they just got swept by the Royals. They just lost 2 of 3 to the Athletics. They lost another 2 of 3 to the Royals. This is not a team firing on all cylinders. You got beat by the Stars, sure. Yordan Alvarez, really good player. Obviously, Kyle Tucker, one of the most underrated players in baseball. But I expect more from Luis Castillo. I do. I think everyone does. If this is the worst start you're getting from him, then you've got a pretty good pitcher. But he wasn't good enough today. And let's just be honest here. Giving up all those runs in the third changes your offensive game plan. It's a lot harder when you go down all these runs. Having said that, the offense was terrible tonight. Horrific. Justin Verlander was okay. Had some decent curveballs, but the offense was bad tonight. Teoscar Hernandez was a disaster. Julio drives in the run and should have had a hit in the first. Great play by Jose Abreu, but has an absolutely pathetic at bat with the bases loaded. Big dumper was awful. Eugenio Suarez was awful. Ty France was Ty France. JP Crawford was bad. He draws a walk. Great. And unfortunately, he draws that walk, and immediately Julio Rodriguez hits into that double play. But 3 other poor at-bats. Kelnick was also wretched. They were bad tonight. They looked mismatched, as they did for a lot of that series against the Rangers. Some of those games ended up being close, but you see it. You see it, right? It's extremely disappointing to see it, but you see it. And now I think there's 6 games left. I think you probably got to win 5. I think you probably got to win 5. I think you probably got to take 2 against these next 2 against Houston. You have to win. Have to. Definitely have to win 2 of those. You might be able to get in with a split against Texas, but I wouldn't want to take that chance. What an absolute disaster of a September this has been. I believe tomorrow is George Kirby. I don't know who's starting for Houston. I'll look that up real quick. Kirby has pitched really well against Houston this year. He's coming off a pretty solid start against Oakland, of course, but frustrating. Frustrating to have another lifeless performance as they have had to start so many series in September. Lost 4 straight now. Oh, yeah, it's against Christian Javier, who Javier's was good in his last start, but for the most part this year has not been good. But it's a must win. It is an absolute must win game. Otherwise, you're just asking for so many things to go right. And you've already had so many things go right. That's how you're back in this thing. But I think this is pretty much a must win game. And I think tomorrow, the game after that's a must win game too. Couple of things. This is going to be hard. You guys saw that I had a very short video yesterday. And those of you who listen to Molly Want Monday know why. My mom passed away on Sunday. She was on vacation in Hawaii and suffered a cardiac arrest and passed away very suddenly. And I hate using passed away suddenly because a lot of you idiots have co-opted that into meaning something. But she's gone. And I'm very, very sad. I've talked a lot about my grandma. Mom was a little less for the this type of thing. And so is grandma, don't get me wrong. She doesn't love when I spew on and on about her, but I am nothing without her. And the reason I'm not going live is because of this. I didn't think I could handle it. And if you see me pause this, it's because I broke down. But I did want to thank everybody for reaching out and sending such kind words, because, you don't have to do that. And, it just means a lot. It just means a lot to have that support. It's meant a lot to see that support with how many subscribers we've gained in such a short amount of time. And it means a lot that so many of you have reached out and offered your condolences. It's a tough time for me. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have my own issues. I have a 93-year-old grandmother. I have a stepfather who is basically my father, who has extremely, I don't even know how to explain it, but cancer sucks. And I have 2 nieces who, sorry about that. But that's kind of why, look, I'd probably be screaming about this and raising heck about the fact that this team has lost 7 of 10 games and has, for the most part, been just overmatched against teams that are in Oakland. But whether you want to call it perspective or whether you just want to call it mourning, it's tough for me to be all that upset. And here's the positive. As bad as they've played, as terrible as they look tonight, you're still in this. you still really control your own destiny. You win these next 2 games against Houston, you control your own destiny. And folks, if you don't want to hear positivity, if you don't want to feel like this team controls its own destiny, if you prefer to look at it as this is over, that's okay. That's okay. You can feel how you want to feel. But that's just the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is twofold. One, if the Seattle Mariners keep playing like this, they have no shot at going to the postseason. And the reality of the situation is also this: if the Mariners play well over these final 6 games, they're going to the playoffs. It's up to you to decide which one matters more to you. And I'm not going to blame you for whatever decision you decide to make or how you decide to feel, mainly because there's nothing I can do to change your mind. But I will just say this: there's very little that I have found positive from negativity. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't criticize this team right now, because it absolutely should be criticized. But they're still right there. And we should be thankful that they're still right there. Not thankful to the ownership group, not thankful to Scott Service, not thankful to the fact that Houston played like dog crap against the Royals and the Athletics. Just thankful for the situation, that even with these 4 straight losses, they still absolutely control their own destiny. That's how I'm choosing to look at it. Is it rational? I don't know. But that's how I'm choosing to look at it. Okay, here's the other thing. I have 2 really good tickets for tomorrow's game. Section 142. I believe it's section 142. It's right on the third baseline, right in, like, I think 15 rows up. They're awesome. If you would like those tickets, here's what you can do. Show me proof that you're subscribed to the channel. Send me a tweet or X or whatever the heck they call it now with the word, which word should we use? I'm just coming up with this on the spot. Perpendicular. Tweet me or X me or post me the word perpendicular. Show me that there is proof that you are subscribed to the channel, and you'll be entered. And I'll do the first 5 that do that get a chance to win the tickets tomorrow. Please only enter if you have the ability to go to the game. But yeah, I'll also do something for Sunday's finale as well. Thank you to the good people of KJR for that. In particular, Ian Furness. I again want to thank you guys for your support, because I'm not going to lie to you. This has been really hard. This has been really, really hard. But you guys have made it a lot easier. Thank you. And here's hoping they turn this thing around.